All right, welcome back. Piggy Bank Pick Show, December 9th, 2022. Absolutely terrible day of sports for us today. But successful show yesterday. Gave out some great picks on there. Successful betting day for us if you follow on Twitter. Another one. So I will say in the past 2 days, am currently 6-1. So I've made 6.5 units straight. I'm going to start being careful. Let's say that. But yeah, we're extremely hot right now. But I do want to throw this out before we get into the games. Yesterday on the show, I had CSU +4. Now, I don't know if you heard me say it, but you can hear me say I like Colorado State plus the points unless Dion shows up and gets the crowd going. And I don't know if anyone saw, but Deion Sanders was at that game, got the crowd going, and the rest is history. So I just want to say that I literally called that, and that was pretty cool. I heard them go, see Deion Sanders getting the student, and I was like, oh my God, I was completely right. It's the only hype behind that school. Yeah, just looking at the games, I'm not talking about stinkers. I just don't know enough. I don't like stinker sports. I think they're hard to like, like I don't want to watch low level D1 competition unless like both the teams are notable. Grambling's playing Vanderbilt, so a Power 5 school. I don't really know anything about Grambling besides that they've gotten absolutely squished. Yeah, they got squished by ASU. Damn, they lost to Incarnate Word and then beat them 72-39. They demolished Dartmouth too. Like, actually pretty good. But I know Vandy's like this weird ass team, but they got the win over Pitt. Way too obvious. Vegas told you it was going to happen. They've beat Wofford, lost to VCU by 5. They beat Fresno, and then they've played a game against St. Mary's at least. It's a lot of points to lay with Vanderbilt, so I would say I like Grambling. I'm not taking that, but in all honesty, I'll probably just talk about the Washington Gonzaga game and then move on to hockey. I don't know where people are getting this idea that Gonzaga is like completely not good. I don't know. I was kind of just thinking about it, and I was like, I wonder what it is. Like, do people hate Gonzaga? Is it because they bust their bracket every year because they look like the best team and then they lose every time? I don't really know what it is, dude, but they're 6-3, right? And this is a team that we had projected coming into the season to maybe lose 6 games at most because they were playing such a tough schedule at the beginning of the year. I don't know. It's interesting. All of a sudden, no one believes in the Zags. And to me, it's still a roster of multiple 5-stars. Drew Timme was a top 5 player in college basketball. Malachi Smith was one of the best transfer portal pickups. Anton Watson's still there and good. Like, he's a playable player for sure. And Julian Strother looks like he's actually like phenomenal. Like, he'll be an NBA caliber player. Hopefully he makes it, I'm not saying he's about to be Jimmy Butler or something, but the kid's pretty good. So I don't know. I think we're blowing it out of proportion. Kent State is a good basketball team. That's going to be a tough mid-major team. And I think that everyone kind of gets that at this point. They play good defense, so they'll be hard to beat kind of way. That's more or less what it is. So 1-point loss to Baylor. Is that bad? Is that a bad game? You lose by 1 to a team that just won the chip like a couple of years ago against you. Scott Drew, like a top 5 coach of basketball, it's not a bad loss. And then they played Xavier and picked up a huge win against Xavier, in my opinion. Xavier is one of the hottest teams, non P5, like of any mid major. Like they're not a mid major, like they're just non P5. Like that's a great win in my eyes. And then the loss to Purdue, and I bet you could easily rank Purdue the number 1 team in the country. So I'm just not a fan of saying that Gonzaga is not all that in a bag of chips because like they seriously might be. Like, what if UConn and Gonzaga just flip roles by the end of the season? You couldn't see that happening. Maybe we look at UConn as the disappointing team now, and we look at Gonzaga as the great team. So honestly, I'm up. I mean, we're up a good amount of money. There's nothing to watch college basketball wise. So just me personally, I really think that Gonzaga can get back to it a little bit. And if I'm being honest, I think I hate this Washington team more than anyone else. But at the same time, I just want to go to Washington on Ken Palm and just because I don't want to just tell you something that's not true, right? 54 ranked defense in the country, adjusted, right? They're 105th in tempo, 167th in offense. They're 224th in turnover percentage. They're horrible on the glass all around. They suck on the glass. They shoot a all right percentage, like not really. They're below average in terms of effective field goal percentage. That they're terrible from behind the 3-point line. They can make free throws. They don't get the ball stolen too much, but they're number 321st in the country in non-steal turnover percentage. I think these guys are some putzes. I'm prepared to say that these dudes are ass. I mean 72 20.6% of their points come from the free throw line. I never like teams that get a lot of points from the free throw line at the beginning of the year because I feel like it'll regress to the mean a little bit. But if you haven't noticed, Gonzaga is still ranked number 9 on KenPom. So for all of you out there saying, Gonzaga is not a good team anymore, you're kind of a bozo. They're still putting up good numbers. They're just a little bit soft on defense right now. So playing the same game, getting their opponents to shoot the ball quickly, shooting the ball quickly themselves, making a lot of shots at a high rate. A little bit more turnovers than I think they'd like, but you could attribute that to like tough neutral site games against good teams. Decent on the offensive glass as usual, nothing crazy, but they can get on it. And then you're not getting an offensive rebound on them. So on defense, nothing to write home about, but solid in every aspect, holding teams to below average numbers in every category. So, I'm prepared to lay a 16.5. Strength of schedule is 6th in the country. I want to say Washington's was like 207th. I can check, but yeah, 207th. So 262nd out of conference so far. So I think that people are underrating the test that is being given to Washington. And people hate the Zags. The public is on Washington, I bet. I'm taking the Zags. That might even go to a unit. I mean, just looking at that, let's just be real, boys. Washington is not Baylor. I can't believe people are criticizing Gonzaga this much. God damn it, let's talk hockey. Tage Thompson's that guy. I need a jersey. But anyway, we only have one pick down on this, so let's see what hockey can do for us. Yeah, I saw this. Kraken are going to the Caps. I don't know about you guys. I don't know if anyone watches this ever or knows this, but I've been wrong on the Caps like past 3 games now. So a team I'm gonna stay away from until I get something right. But me personally, I would never bet on the Caps against a good team. But they're minus 145, which I wouldn't have expected. So Vegas probably knows something I don't. The Sabres are playing tonight at home against Pittsburgh. So I was just tooting the horn of Tage Thompson, right? In Columbus last night, or not last night, 2 nights ago. This dude had 4 goals in the first period, right? And I just thought to myself, like, coincidence, right? Like, it could happen. That's like LaMelo Ball scoring 92, right? Like, some part of their game beat the other team so badly that one spot, like, excelled, right? Go watch the goals. Like, he is like a freaking phenom. So I think that Buffalo has enough hype around themselves to keep themselves in this one 1000%. I don't know that I love them to win. It seems like a tough game to me. But Pittsburgh's on fresh legs coming on the road. I don't think Letang's playing, but I don't know. Excuse me. The Sabres beat them at home last time. Yeah, I mean, it's always the Penguins defense that you just say, like, do I want to put trust in the Penguins defense? And it's like against the Sabres who just put up 9 now. So, me personally, I'll be looking at that over. Another Sabres over, like, Flames, Blue Jackets. I wanted to take the Blue Jackets just because you're getting an insane amount of value. And Calgary's, like, not good on the road. But it's just, like, a feeling holding me back. Even though Vladar hasn't been great. Markstrom hasn't been great either. Like, there's no good goalie in Columbus. Korpisalo is trash. So, I don't really know what they want to do. But Korpisalo is giving up 3.65, and Merzlikins, I'm sorry, I don't know who that is. But he's giving up 5 a game with an 850 save percentage. And I know their defense is, like, not playing well. But, like, they have good players on this team. And it's not like a blown up roster. Like, they've spent money. So it always makes me think, like, they can turn it around. And I'm waiting on it silently. But I think this is a spot where you can take them plus the 1.5 confidently. I just believe that these are some outrageous numbers for a team that does not win hockey games on the road that often. I mean, they've heated up on the road a little bit. I hesitate to say heated up, but they picked up a win in Edmonton on the road. I think that's a comfy one to start the road. That's a good win. They lose 3 straight on a road trip to New York to play the Islanders, the Devils, and then go to Boston and play the Bruins. Their next road trip, Tampa, Florida, Philly, Pittsburgh, Washington, Carolina, all on the road. These guys only pick up 2 wins in 6 games. I don't want to say that the Blue Jackets are the same. They went to the Flyers and handled business. They haven't really played any other terrible teams in that point. But I will say, I don't know about you guys, but I'm not the biggest Calgary fan. I only want to ever bet on Calgary at home. And Columbus is, decent-ish sometimes when they put the puck in the net. So the thing holding me back is, like, you allow 9. I can't bet on you. But it seems like a good spot, right? I don't know. Just like based on hockey and how I don't know. I'm talking myself out of it again. I don't like it. But New Jersey, getting the Islanders. I'm hitting the Devils on the puck line. I'm never gonna stop. I'm riding these teams until the wheels fall off. I'm telling you right now. So Islanders, not a great team on the road, right? All right. Whatever, right? These guys are 2-5 in their last 5 against Nashville, Philly, Chicago, and St. Louis. They're in for a rude awakening. It's going to be a brutal one. They're going to have to get on the bus, go to New Jersey, and handle a real hockey team. So let's see what they do. But last time, 4-1 in their own building. The New Jersey Devils are absolutely unstoppable. And you're a fucking dumbass to stand in the way of them, honestly. especially with the Islanders on the road. Probably a ton of Islanders fans in there, but still. Jets, Blackhawks. Why are you doing this to me? Right. So we've now taken the Jets, baby, like every game. Yeah, give them to me again. Give them to me again. 4-0-7-2. These guys have no answer for Winnipeg. I don't know. I don't know if any of you have seen Hellebuyck. He might sit this one. But if he's playing, I'm even taking him on the puck line. The guy's so good. I mean, yeah. Rittich expected. Can the Blackhawks even score on this guy? 4-1. Bro, he allowed 4 to the Blue Jackets. Yeah, he might be trash, dude. I mean, for a guy who's only seen 74 plus 126, he's seen 126 shots and already allowed 15 goals. Like 881 is super inflated when it's that many shots, but at the same time, like, dude is not saving much. I don't know. Against Arizona, they get off 21 shots and shoulder. My sleeve is folded. You have 21 shots and score 2 of them. No offense, but we all know what Arizona is. So this guy's not great, actually. But I'm not going to get off the train, right? Let's ride. Is Patrick Kane going to break my heart and have like a Hattie or something? All right. Let's see who started in the other ones. Hellebuyck. It seems as though Connor Howell, yeah. So Hellebuyck shut these guys out and had another good game. So with Rittich in goal, it's a little bit sketchier, and I don't want to lay the juice, and that's where I'm gonna end the wagon on the Jets, I suppose. Rangers Avalanche. By golly, the under's got to be 5.5. Yeah. So is Colorado going to score a single goal? A single goal. I'm just saying. To get to 6, they need 1. Otherwise, it needs to be a 6-0. You might be laughing behind the screen right now saying Colorado Avalanche are going to score 1. 4-0 against Boston. Score 3 against the Phillies and lose. Or I always call them the Phillies, dude. The Flyers. Score 1 against Boston. It's a 6-4 win against Buffalo. That's a great game. 5-0 loss to Winnipeg. They've gotten shut out twice in the past 5. Still like the over though. But at the end of the day, I think I'm going to keep fading Colorado and just go ahead and take the Rangers to get revenge. So that one seems a little obvious to me now. New York Rangers. I might even look at the puck line, like, just depending. I mean, dude, I feel bad for Colorado, but like at the same time, like I said with the injuries and like the loss of continuity and shit. Like I was talking about that on Twitter. Like someone was like you say they're bad, like their goalie's bad. Like the backup's good, bro. He's a good backup goalie. Dude, like I play lacrosse, like I preferred my goalie at all times. My goalie told me what to do. Like that's the same in every sport. Your goalie tells you what to do. You don't want a different goalie. You want your goalie. So I was like, this guy's just an idiot. But at the same time, I respect him trying. I was just looking at McDavid's numbers. I got a little lost in them. All right, man. So 6.5 over under, and I'm taking the over. So I think I think Andre Fleury's done. He's cooked. I'm assuming he's projected. Yes, he's confirmed. That dude is some banana buns. I'll be fading him. Edmonton's not the team you want to put a bad goalie in front of. 5-3 in the last one. I bet they can get over it again. And I also think that the Edmonton Oilers can get some revenge. They've looked a little bit better at home. That game against Washington was a little gross, though. But nevertheless, I'm going to jot down Oilers Wild. And I'm liking the over personally more than the Oilers, but I'll let you know on Twitter because I might end up taking it. I like the Oilers, and I don't love the Wild's play on the road. So see what we can do there. Bruins, Coyotes, Bruins on the puck line. Bruins on the puck line. Bruins on the puck line. It's the only thing to bet in this game. You never know if these games are going to go over or under because you never know how mad Boston's going to play. You know, how much is Boston going to care? Because it's going to be 3-0 at some point. So is Boston going to choose to score all 7? Or is Boston going to be like, yeah, let's give some guys some ice time. So this is such a stinker, dude. I wish I could watch this with every bone in my body. But because I live in the area, I can't watch it on ESPN Plus. So God, dude, in Mullet Arena, like, are the Bruins gonna be thrown off by it? No. 4,400 capacity. Like, that is absolutely unbelievable to me. But yeah, Bruins on the puck line. I'm gonna write it down. I don't know if I'll end up taking it. Just because I can't watch it and it's in a weird arena type of setting. So I don't know. Maybe they'll be thrown off. But I advise you take it. It seems like a good bet to me. Ducks Sharks, the greatest ESPN hockey night that they could have thought of, 100%. Yeah, dude. These stinker showdowns seem to usually go in favor of the over to me, just given how bad these teams are. Like, I think that they're able to beat each other up a little bit more than other teams are. Because I mean, I just think that other teams can win, and it's more of like, our defense is good, so you really can't do much, So like, there's not going to be that many goals in this game, and we're kind of just going to cruise to a 3-1. In these, I feel like both teams can exploit each other's defenses to a degree where it's like the game gets a little iffy, in terms of picking a side. But for me, the over-under is set at 6.5, and I thought it would be a 7 considering the last two have gone to 11 and 9. So I don't ride trends or anything. I feel like I've said way too many trends, but the Ducks have won the last two. I like the Sharks to win this one personally, but at the same time, I just prefer to be on the over, and I probably will be because I actually think the Sharks are pretty entertaining. I don't know about anyone else, but great jerseys, and I still think Carlson's got some juice. They play fast. They don't care about getting embarrassed, I don't think. I mean, they play with pride, in my opinion. So I know they suck and it's an atrocity, but I got the over. 2 overs for me today. Never happens. Final game of the day. Flyers Golden Knights. So if Eichel's out and Petrangelo's still out, and it's like they haven't been in great form, but they just lost at home. So they just lost one at home, and now that makes me feel better. That makes me feel good. Dude, Philly on the road is not pretty, but I don't know. They started the season so well, so it's like I don't know how to feel like which in this first like 2 weeks, we almost thought that they had a chance to be like not a dumpster fire. So I guess that's where I'm just like trying to make the case for them. But looking at their most recent road games, we'll stay within the month, like the past 30 days ish. Um, win in Ottawa, a loss in Columbus, a loss in Columbus in OT, a loss in Boston, a loss in Montreal, a loss in Washington, a loss in New York. So, yeah, in those games, they covered the puck line. It looks like one. I would assume that you weren't taking the puck line against Montreal. So, in games where the puck line was maybe at play, they didn't cover it. I can tell you that much. So, in a game where the puck line is in play, and the reason I say that is because if you're considering taking a puck line, that means one team is significantly better than the other one, or vice versa. And you're betting big money, but I guess I see it. I see it because let me see if Eichel's hurt. Vegas Golden Knights injury report. It's actually personal out game status. This is for today. Eichel's not confirmed out, but I don't know. I'm not laying the puck line without Pietrangelo or Eichel, and Eichel. If they're both out, like if they're both out, I don't need that. It's just me personally. But let's get the hell out of here. I mean, it's not a good day. We found a lot to talk about, I feel like. But Gonzaga minus the 16.5. Oh, I didn't even talk about what we did yesterday. But okay, I'll do it after. Gonzaga minus 16.5. Rangers money line. Hold on. So Rangers money line against the Avs. The Oilers Wild over 6.5. Bruins on the puck line in Arizona. Sharks Ducks over 6.5. Yeah, so I skipped the recap for yesterday, but out on the show I had OSU minus 6, did not hit. Colorado State did not hit. Utah minus 15.5. Cha-ching. So moving on over. The over 6.5, or over 6 in the Lightning Preds game. Cash. I didn't end up taking it, but Leafs on the puck line, cashed it. I took it too. Jets on the money line, cashed it. I took it too. I also let everyone on Twitter know that the over was only at 5.5 in the Jets Blues game. And the Blues are ass and going to get desperate and give up goals and then just fish for them at the end of the game, and people are going to want stats. Those games always go over. I'm sorry. I just like it was at 5.5 at plus 130. Put half a unit on him, brought home some cash. So we go 3 for 1 on the day in terms of bets. I actually placed the OSU bet at half unit. I think they should have won that game by a larger margin. Chris Holtmann is really starting to bother me. I think Chris Holtmann can coach you out of a game really quickly. I don't know. I also feel like the players got a little bit phased by the defense, but it's whatever. But yeah, let's get out of here. So best of luck today. Yeah. Hope we have another good one.